Hello, my name is Sai Sampath Kumar. I'm going to explain you in-class program 2. I was asked to do 3 programs. First program is to convert weights of students which are in LBS to convert those weights into kilograms. That is the first program. The second program is to get the output of an alternative string of an input string which is being entered by the user. And the third program is to count each word, how much time it has been repeated in a file, and store the result in the same file. That is the third program. Let me go take you to the code. First program. This is program for the weight conversion. As you can see, first I have created a list 1 for the input list and the list 2 for the output list. After executing this program, it directly asks for the how many number of students to get the save how many weights of how many students to save the weights of how many students. Okay. Using for loop, this program will ask for the n number of weights of n number of students. Using append, I will store each value and append it to the list 1, that is which is an array. Using another loop, each weight in list 1, that is each weight of each student in list 1 will be multiplied with 0.453. That means which converts each LBs into kilograms and store it in list 2. And later on I will be printing this input list and the required output list. Let me run and show you the program. So it asks for enter how many students. So enter the weight of students. Let's enter 4, 5, 6, 2, 4. So these are the values of the input list which I have entered: 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, and these are the values which are being converted from 4 lbs to 1.81 kilograms. So this one is the first code. Second code, string alternator. While after executing of this program, it directly asks to enter any string to convert into an alternative string. In this program, I was asked to define another function which have to be called later. So I've decided to create a string alternative function which accepts string and converts that string with an alternative and store it in str and print that str. This command will accept each second element of the string, that can be explained while executing the program. Let me show you that. So now let's type Python 90. So we'll get an alternative string. As I said, this string, the output string consists of second element of the string, that is first 1, 2, that is y is being printed, t and h is being printed. O and N. N is the second, so N is being printed. So on, it will carry on from Python deep codes and deep learning as an alternative as this. So this is the second code. Let me show you. And the last code is word count code. Like, sorry, before getting executed this program, let me change the input file. So this is the code of the word count. First, in this code, I have imported JSON. JSON is a library folder which uses to which I have used JSON term to convert dictionary object to string and in the later one. So firstly, while after executing of this program, it opens the input file and store it in a str1, that is store it in a file1. This file1, I have used a readLine function to read each line in the file and store it in the str1. That is, it is being stored in an array kind. So each element in the str1, which is an array, is of string. So each string have to be merged. That is, I have used a for loop and a str2 to merge the array into string and convert it to string. So I have used a str3 as a blank string for the result purpose in the later program. So to convert the input string into word count, I have defined a function called word count. In this function, it accepts a string to convert into word count. So first of what I have done is declared a dictionary, duplicate dictionary using dict function, and decided to store it in counts, which means this counts is equal to an empty dictionary. Words is equals to stri.split, that is, each word in this str, that is an input string, is being splitted by this function. So I have used a for loop to count each word based on the condition. If the word does exist in the counts, then it is being counted as +1, or else, and it creates a new element in the dictionary and resulted as 1. So this function ultimately results a dictionary called counts, which gets the result of the inputted string. So later on, I've taken all the total result and copied it in the res variable by executing word count function and inserting str2. As I said, converting array into string is done in the initial part of the program at str2. So I am calling str2 through word count function. So later on, this result will be printed. So to store this result in the input file, I use JSON dumps command. This JSON dumps will convert dictionary object into string. So later on, this result will be stored by opening